Hello, supply chain management students. Welcome to week 8. In this video, I just wanted to talk about your social intelligence assignments, your midterm, the results of your midterm number 1, and then what you need to do for week 8. So, as far as what you need to know about some things that are coming up, I just wanted to make sure you're aware that if you would like to drop a course, you need to do it by March 21st. So if F doesn't show up on your transcript, however, a W will still show up for withdrawal. So if you need to withdraw, please do it by March 21st. You can contact me through email or Amelia Ertel, your academic advisor. I wanted to make sure you're aware of some upcoming events that you could attend as part of your social intelligence assignment. So for parts 6 and 7, you need to attend an event. And one of the events that's coming up is on March 15th. And I will just show you here. So if you go to on Fanshawe Online, every student should have access to the Apex Fanshawe Student Chapter Winter 2022. So if you go there, this is where we post events. And if you scroll down, here's some upcoming events. So these first 3 events have passed, and some of you may have attended, and that was great seeing you there. March 15th, the Association for Supply Chain Management London chapter is hosting a virtual event, and they're having a guest speaker from Nova Chemicals talk about sales and operations planning. So you could attend that as your part of your assignment and be networking there. So if you'd like to go, email info@apexlondon.org to sign up to go, and it's a virtual event. Another event that's coming up is ASCM is having a virtual career fair. So if you go to this site on Fanshawe Online, you can click here to register. So those are things that are coming up. In this course, we will be having a guest speaker from Scheffler in Stratford, actually a few guest speakers, and they're going to be talking on Monday, April 4th from 2 to 3:30 p.m. So if you can attend, that will be great. I do have a Zoom link posted. If you cannot attend, it will be recorded. Your final exam will be in the week of April 18th to the 22nd, so make sure you're available to write that test number 2 during that time. I also wanted to make you aware of awards we have in this program. So there's the 3M Supply Chain Excellence Award and the Rennie Simonis Award. So again, if you go to our program site on Fanshawe Online, so I'll just pull that up. So everybody in this course should have access to the supply chain management site on Fanshawe Online. And if you go to content and awards, you will see the awards. So as I said, there's the Rennie Simonis Memorial Award. So if you're in the supply chain program and you have an average of 3.5 and you write an essay talking about mentorship, you will be nominated for a $500 award. I need to have those essays by June 1st. There is also the 3M Canada Award of Excellence, and it is a case, so you'll see this case right here. So you need to do a case analysis and provide recommendations, and you need to send me that case analysis by June 1st as well. There are 3 prizes, so 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, but again, I really encourage you to apply for those awards. Okay, the other thing that you need to be aware of is if this is your last semester, you need to let me know if you plan on doing a co-op. So going back to your program site, so the SCM homepage, if you go here, there is this survey. So you need to complete this survey to tell me if you plan on doing a co-op or if you don't plan on doing a co-op and you want to graduate at the end of April. So that survey can be accessed through the announcements, or you can also go to communications, surveys, And there's the co-op intentions. So you need to respond to that survey. And if I don't hear from you, I will assume you want to do a co-op and I will not graduate you. So please answer that. Okay. So I just wanted to make some comments on your social intelligence assignment. So many of you, you were supposed to put your strengths and weaknesses as far as social intelligence. And many of you listed things that aren't elements of social intelligence. So please make sure you go back to week 6 and look at what social intelligence is. And a reminder, social intelligence is an individual's capacity to interact positively with others. So, it's things like understanding social norms, rules, and scripts. It's conversational skills. So conversational skills, the ability to read people, effective listening, impression management skills, those sorts of things. So a lot of you put things like, my weakness is I'm an introvert, or I want to become an extrovert. Well, being an extrovert does not mean you have good social intelligence skills. Some extroverts are very annoying and do not interact positively with others. Some introverts do have excellent social intelligence skills. Maybe they don't like to be in big crowds, but they interact positively one-on-one. So make sure you're looking to improve social intelligence skills. Some people say, well, a strength of mine is I'm creative. Again, that's not a social intelligence skill. So make sure you go and look at week 6 to make sure you understand what social intelligence skills are. In your plan, one of the things you needed to do was outline a metric that will help you measure as to whether you're improving. A metric is something measurable. So you needed to identify a number that you could compare and see if you're improving. So it could be maybe you're not good at making conversation, and a metric could be over the next month, every week I'm going to participate in a group conversation. And every time I participate in a group conversation, I'm going to initiate a topic of conversation. So see how that's measurable? I put numbers against it and a time frame. So it needed to be something like that. The other thing you were to do in the assignment was to identify some additional learning. And many of you were not specific. So you said, oh, I'm going to read a book, or I'm going to watch a video, that sort of thing. You needed to be specific. What book are you going to read? What podcast are you going to listen to? You need to be specific. So as far as part 6 and 7, so part 6 is to attend an event where there's networking and you to practice your social intelligence skills. So some of you have already attended an event. Many of you attended the March 1st event, which is great. Again, if you haven't attended an event, there's the March 15th ASCM event. There's the virtual career fair, but you need to go somewhere and you need to provide me proof in part 6 that you attended something. So a screenshot of you in the Zoom session. You need to prove how you interacted. You can't just attend. So your reflection of this is due by the end of the course. So make sure you include that in your reflection, those screenshots proving you were there and proving that you interacted. Okay, test number 1. So last week was test number 1. It was done okay. I would have liked to have seen higher marks, so we will work on improving you for next test. The average was 62, and that was after I looked at, there was about 4 questions that everybody answered poorly, so I'm thinking they were poorly designed by me. So everybody got an additional 4 marks. Many people did not answer the written response questions. So that concerned me. I could see some ran out of time, some just, I don't know, couldn't be bothered. I'm not sure. So maybe next test you'll want to start with those written response questions so you give them the time they deserve, as they were worth a lot of marks. Many of you didn't know what global citizenship is. So global citizenship is understanding your place in the world and how what you do affects the whole world and how you can act on it to improve the world. And as a supply chain professional, you can be a good global citizen by picking suppliers that don't pollute, picking suppliers that don't use child labor, picking suppliers that provide safe work environments, picking transportation providers that don't pollute, forecasting material properly so you don't have to throw out a lot and contribute to landfill waste. Those are all ways you could be a good global citizen. Practicing social intelligence, why it's important as a supply chain professional is in supply chain, you interact with a lot of people. Remember, social intelligence is interacting positively with others. So you interact with suppliers, you interact with transportation providers, you interact with customers, you interact with fellow employees. So you need to be able to interact positively so you can keep those partners happy and you can negotiate well. So all of those sorts of things. The SAP reports. So going forward, make sure when we're doing SAP reports as part of our assignments, you understand what they're saying. I provided a midterm review that clearly identified what to expect, so make sure you're using that to study. If you have any questions about the midterm or you want to go over it, please make an appointment with me. Okay, so now here's just some events in the news I encourage you to look at. These slides are on FOL, and I encourage you to look at these articles. So what you need to do this week, we go back to our course, and we are in week 8. So week 8 is all about the production process, so making. So make sure you read chapter 6 or watch the videos on chapter 6 about the production process. I have these slides. I encourage you to review these slides. I also have a pre-recorded lecture on the production process, so take a look at that. I have this video that walks you through the production process exercises and helps you learn how to navigate in the production process module. And then your homework this week is to do the production process case study. Now you have 2 weeks to do this, but I encourage you to get started and do this as soon as possible. And you, at the end of week 9, you need to submit your screenshots, and you also need to provide the document numbers as well. So make sure you do that, and again, you have 2 weeks to do that. You also this week have to do the chapter 6 quiz, and a reminder before the end of the course, you need to complete steps 6 and 7 of the Practice Social Intelligence and Implementation Plan. So again, that's attending an event. So you could attend the virtual ASCM event or find your own event to attend to. But again, take screenshots or pictures proving you were there and write a reflection on that. And I do have links here that can help you find other events that you may want to attend, and a lot of these are virtual events. So hopefully that helps you get started at week 8. As always, if you have any questions, please email me or post them in the discussion. Have a great week.